Hello teacher, welcome my presentation. My name is Trần Thị Thảo from English B. And today I will present the topic is method to translate movie title from English to Vietnamese. My content includes three parts. Part one is characteristic of American movie title. The second part is a method to translate movie title from English to Vietnamese, and the last one is practice. Part one, characteristic. I find the four characteristic of American movie titles. The first one is concise. Movie title usually short. Concise is only 2 or 3 words. And for example, some the film like The Galaxy, Harry Potter, The Batman, and etc. And on the brief, the title had impressive expressive power, revealing the main theme of the film. The second is culture. Language is a part of culture, so movie title reflect cultural values. And thus, it is possible that the translator is not only bilingual, but also be cultural. The third is artistic. A film must first be a work of art, so its title must show art to satisfy the taste of the audience. And a movie with an offensive, vulgar title certainly doesn't promise economic success. And the last one is commercial. A film must first be a work of art and then also a commercial product. Therefore, this criterion should be carefully considered, especially when translating movie title from one language to another. Next, the method to translate movie title. The first is shift. This method is applied with a proper noun or special term title. The second is verbal translation. The translation is similar to the original in form, grammatical structure, and vocabulary. The third is additional translation, adding words and phrases to increase the impression of the title. And the last one is adapted translation, creating a title that is completely different from the original in terms of structure and vocabulary. And I think the verbatim translation method will be the most popular method of translation because this method most perfectly guarantees the first principle of translation is faithfulness to the original. The original title itself already meets the necessary criteria. So if cultural differences are not considered, verbatim translation is an optimal choice. And as some example, Guardian of the Galaxy, the meaning in Vietnamese is vật binh giải ngân hà. And the long name film is a chronicle of Narnia, the Lion, the Witch, and the Christ. In Vietnamese is Biên niên sử Narnia, Sư tử phù thủy và Chúa Giêsu. And slightly less common is the additional translation method. With this method of translation, commercial criteria come first. So the translator has changed slightly from the original title in two different ways. The first one is use more noun phrases to explain. For example, Shrek is translated as Shrek, gã trần tiên tốt bụng. And the second is strong nouns and adjective to make an impression on the audience. For example, is warrior, woman, meaning Vietnamese nữ thần chiến binh. And according to the translation method, it means that the English and Vietnamese movie title have absolutely show similarity, and these titles are the clearest expression of their commercial priority, because the title, if translated verbatim in English to Vietnamese, very difficult to create excitement for viewers. And some example is incredible literal translation is người lạ thường, but commercial translation is gia đình siêu nhân. And so last one is the last part is practice. I find some movie. The first is La La Land, meaning Vietnamese is những kẻ khờ mộng mơ. And this film translates into an adaptation. This title clearly shows commercial priority first. So translator look at the movie content and then name the movie. And the second is a notebook. The film is notebook. The notebook, meaning Vietnamese is nhật ký tình yêu. And this movie is translated by a supplementary translation method. The translator adds the adjective laugh to make the movie title more attractive. And the last one is Midnight Cowboy, meaning Vietnamese is gã cao bồi nửa đêm. The title of this movie is translated by verbatim translation, which means that the translation closely follow the meaning from English to Vietnamese. And my presentation is finished. Thank you, teacher, listening. And goodbye, teacher.